See, alright, so first and foremost, when I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. We said the most apostle and elders, agree most on the ruler, the teachers of apostle and truth, and we teach all the teachers, so the Akim, so they push within truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season or season, say Shalom. And once again, going into our video here, and that's basically touching upon these two videos, right? Now, I mightn't be able to play the first video because it might go against the terms and in terms of YouTube, right? Because I know it might be a little too graphic to show, right? But I'll read what was posted as the headline, right? It's a video. Employees at a Circle K store in Phoenix called police called police about a white guy causing problems. When police arrived, the white guy accused an innocent black guy across the street of causing a problem. Police then ran off and violently arrested the black guy, Tyrone McAlpin, right? So going back to this, remember this piece here, right? It's a the person called police about a white guy causing problems, right? And when the police arrived, the white guy accused an innocent black guy, right? So let's continue and say what happened next is disgusting, disgraceful, and criminal. Tyrone McAlpin is a deaf and could not hear or understand the police commands, but the officers brutally attacked him anyway. My younger brother is deaf, and this story makes me angry and fearful. I worry about my brother's safety when he interacts with police. I've been saying for years the whole law enforcement model of policing, um, aggressively ordering commands and demanding immediate compliance in a non-threatening situations is a broken and needs to be replaced with a public safety focused approach to protect our communities. But Trump wants to bring back stop and frisk policies and give police immunity and prosecution. It's time to stop this madness, right? So this at the beginning of this, and I think you can basically find the video because this video is all over, right? It's all over on the news pages and so forth. I could see it made news here. It made news right here. And I just had this person out say, why is the false accuser not being named? Right? Because first they call they call the police on a white guy, right? And then the falsely switch it to Jake, right? And I remember watching these two videos and I said it like, this is just to show you again. I did a video a while back when it's to the perpetual hatred that they have for us, and someone commented on that video and said some bullshit. Either Mike commented on the video and said some bullshit, right? And it goes to show day by day, and when these things happen, you get to see that the hatred that they truly have, right? Because they will call for someone else, as again, if you watch the video, you would see how they move. They just come in and approach him. Obviously, a person that's deaf, they cannot hear, they cannot comply to what it is they're saying. And the thing about it, these police, these Edomite police, they wouldn't activate like this if it was a white person that was deaf. You've seen it in countless of times. Again, this goes to show the hatred that they have, right? This second video here is a Jake literally just walking along a street. As I say, it's I believe it's Sarasota County, walking while black, right? Walking while black. It's a let me see if I saw it had a short. All right, so let me see. This is walking in your own neighborhood while black. A black teen was walking in his own neighborhood when he was confronted. But I don't think it's his own neighborhood. I believe the story was that he was there because of the hurricane. I believe he was by some friends, right? And he was there because of the hurricane, right? And he was walking on the street. So you say a black teen was walking in his own neighborhood when he was confronted by a gang of three racist white supremacists, including Stephen Garega, right? I must pronounce that wrong, but nonetheless, they say who pulled a gun on him. right? So as you can see in the video, he was walking down. You know, let me see. I believe I could play a little piece in this video.
Damn, what the fuck? The buddy, look at buddy, he's still creeping. Steve. No,
Sarasota County, Florida, that young black man.
So, as you can see, he was walking, and I believe he was. It's a good thing he was stepping as well, because you know how situations like this always end up, right? You know, paying his mind, he wasn't taking on to, he wasn't, you know, they were still asking him what is he doing here, and he don't have to answer, but nonetheless, and the scriptures talk about agreeing with the adversary, right? But as you can see, again, the hatred of these people, let me bring the scripture. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So as I say, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, right? And I see, again, there's no denying it. You know, they're continually showing, you know, there are some jakes, right, that believe that they you know, one natural born enemy, that they don't have they don't have that hatred first. They have, right? What's going to happen in times to come? You know, basically there's a document, something that was passed, I believe it was yesterday, that give the police rights to do certain things, which in the time of civil unrest they could kill, right? And you're going to see a lot of them, they wouldn't have a reason to take down Jake, but they would, just because they have what they say, that perpetual hatred. That will always be there no matter what. Because what are the reason? Like when I watch his first video, but as I said, I wish I could play, but you know how YouTube is, that they would see, they just pull up. Nah, I believe I could show that first piece. I believe I could show the
first tonight. This is video. Phoenix police arresting a black man who's deaf and has cerebral palsy. That arrest
deaf and he have cerebral palsy, right?
Violent. And in this story, we're going to show you close body camera footage that's intense and difficult to watch. So please consider this your one.
So you can see that that's the piece I wanted to show you, that they just run upon him, throw him down, whatever it is, and so forth, right? Beat him. I believe did they shoot him? I believe he was shot, right? I believe he was shot, but nonetheless, as you can see, because remember, he's deaf. He's deaf, and if they run up, if a deaf and someone run up on you, you can't hear, right? They just run up on you, and you see them, they just run into you and so forth. You go kind of activate, because you know, obviously you didn't hear and so forth. You would put up a struggle, but again, this perpetual hatred is there, right? And you can imagine the times that we're heading into. You can imagine the times that they're heading into, how these Edomites going to activate towards Jake, how they're going to behave, right? You know, there are videos with people going into sundown towns and so forth, and not coming back out. They recently found a truck driver that was hanged, lynched, and they tried to say he committed suicide, and there was no evidence towards him committing suicide. You could see even when you're walking and eat so see, you can see how there's watch here, because that was going on in this video here. You know, if in this video here, he walking the streets, he just walking going somewhere, right? And you know, Esau seen him, and they start to activate. It's like, what are you doing here? Wait us. But if it was an Edomite, if it was a random Edomite there walking, they would have never tell him nothing. So that is to show you the hatred that they have for us. When you look up the word, let me get it here, right? Go back to 3. Right, let me go to verse right here, right? It say perpetual, it say long duration, right? Futurity, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore. It say old, ancient, a world. It say ancient time, long time. It say forever, always, continuous existence, perpetual, everlasting, indefinite, or unending, future, or eternity. It say generally time out of mind, past or future, right? So you see when you read the scripture, because that was how the perpetual hatred that's there, no matter what it is. Like even there was a situation where it was a school protesting against what it is these small ants doing in Israel there, and they still turn around to blame Jake, you know. Again, that perpetual hatred, right? And see, and I shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity, in the time that the iniquity had an end. It said, therefore, as I live, said the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Said thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So yeah, and judgment is going to come all the way soon, right? But as that's what you things that they be doing. As I said, you know, I did a video a little while back, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks back, and when I uploaded the video, I got a comment from a Edomite, you know, saying some shit about talk slower and what and you are not a true Black American, or something along the lines that he said, right? You could see it's there. You know the truth. You know the word there's heard them, right? Let me go to Amos chapter 1 verse 11, right? It said, thus said the Lord, for three transgressions of Edom, right? For 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. He did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. He did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually. And he kept his wrath forever. Forever. And I know, and who's Edom brother? Go back to the book of Genesis, right? But the scripture say, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. He sort of feels sorry. That is why. Let me show you something, right? When you go into some of the comments here, I'm gonna go here, boom, and I'm gonna find a comment with what Esau say, right? This is how Edomite here. Oh Lord, farming this at the end as a Trump issue misuses the real narrative by 10 miles, right? I'm gonna go down here a little bit. This was a mark, why is he false accused are not being named? And this Edomite comment about social media wants you all to believe that the cops were told a white man is doing stuff, and they decided to arrest a black man. We aren't dumb. Sounds like a mistake was made. The cops would pay up but not go to prison unless, of course, they ignore the instructions. So you can see they don't care. You know, once you know the thing about it, find a video with a police falsely doing a Edomite something, and watch and see how these Edomites is going for that. But when it comes to Jake, you know, when a police do a Jake something, they always find a reason to find, like, you know, well, it had to be something that the black person do, you know, it had to be something that he did before to make the police activate, and that is just to show you that the hatred that they have, right? This person marked white on the tip of my tongue, yeah, right? They definitely should go to prison, period. And then the person mark, I give a F about your feelings. The law doesn't give a F about your feelings. And by the law, these officers will not go to jail. But the police will pay that man. By the law, these officers have made a mistake that it's acceptable by the law. So you see. Hey, the times that we're heading into, you see when these Edomites get when they push out and so forth, they go and show that hatred fully. See when Jake's car, you see, Jake's think that it's gonna be a kumbaya moment, you know. We come together, black and white, It's not going to be so. They for their own. They literally don't want to see you come back to that righteous state. They always want to see you at the bottom of them. And that's basically what our enemy would do. Right? That is basically what it is. They are our enemies, and that is what that is what an enemy would do. That is what they would want to see. Right? So it says, and it cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Forever. Right? So with that we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We say the man apostle and elders agreements and rule teachers of apostle should, and we see salutations for the outcomes of the truth and sincerity, day in and day out on a constantly in season and season. We say Shalom.